A business once bearing fruit on the island of Lanai virtually dries up.
Pineapples used to be the #1 industry, but when Dole stopped operations in 1992 and Del Monte followed in 2008, it meant the near extinction of agriculture on the tiny island. Today, there is a single tiny farm struggling to grow fresh produce for Lanai. In a story you'll see only on KITV4, Dick Allgeier and photographer Rex van Arnswald visited Lanai to meet one of the farmers.
A beautiful, quiet morning at Alberta de Jetley's family farm on Lanai. It's a small operation. She runs it with her boyfriend.
Isn't this a beautiful bunch of bananas?
They started back in 2003 with just 1.5 acres. Now they're farming 18 acres.
Bananas are my favorite fruit because they're so beautiful. The leaves are beautiful. The bunches are beautiful. It's a wonderful fruit.
They grow mostly bananas. According to UH scientists, they have some of the healthiest bananas in Hawaii, free of a disease that has plagued other crops in the state. They also raise vegetables, tomatoes, eggplants, broccoli, and fresh herbs. When pineapple operations ended on Lanai, David Murdoch, who owns most of the island, set aside one area as a diversified farming project. He thought plantation workers would be able to start small farms to supply the hotels on the island. Alberta decided to give it a try and got a lease.
Actually, it was a fluke. My grandmother lived on Molokai. She's deceased now, but she lived on the eastern end of Molokai, and she grew all of her own food. So we've grown up, gardening.
But farming is different from gardening, and she had to learn on the job. Now hers is the only farm to survive.
So I'm the only farmer on this island, so all of our produce that we grow here is sold only on this island.
It's all organic. You can pick it and eat it in the field. Organic broccoli right out of the field. It's delicious. Alberta makes baskets of fresh produce for friends and neighbors. And she delivers to restaurants and stores on the island. The owner of Pine Isle Market is happy to see Alberta's truck pull up with the fresh fruit and vegetables.
It means fresh produce for local people directly from the farm. We get a shipment almost every day. She brings in bananas and some lettuce and other things. We're glad that someone on Lanai, it comes from Lanai.
See all the bees on them?
Alberta says she's not getting rich, but she loves working the land.
I'm just barely getting by. People come down here and they look at this farm and go, oh, this is so pretty. I want to be in farming. But farming is a very expensive venture, and there are so many variables.
Water, fertilizer, liability insurance are expensive, and then there's the weather. Bananas like heat, and when it's rainy and cold, they don't do well. She says last year was a tough year.
And it was so cold, I had almost no bananas to sell for almost 6 months. So without bananas, I had no money.
And farming is not a 9-to-5 job. The hours are long.
Pretty much about between 60 and 70 hours a week.
But Alberta says it's worth it.
I love it. I really, really enjoy doing that, and I really love it.
Alberta believes small farms like hers are the wave of the future. Rather than factory farms, local farms selling fresh produce to local people. Reporting from the island of Lanai, I'm Dick Allgeier, KITV4 News.